All right, we're about to break down a system that honestly is one of the biggest paradoxes in all of digital security. It's a system where millions of dollars in fancy technology can be made totally useless, not by some genius hacker, but by a single, almost unconscious human action. Let's get into it.
You know, the most devastating security breach often needs zero technical skill from the bad guy. The entire system we're about to deconstruct is built on one single idea, that the fastest way to control your device isn't through your firewall, it's through your own mind. This isn't really a failure of technology, it's a failure of psychology.
So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at what I call the weaponized habit. That's the behavior this whole system exploits. Then we'll do a step-by-step on the anatomy of the attack. We'll dive into the psychology of manipulation to see why it's so darn effective. And then, the most important part, we'll cover the mandatory defense, how you can shut it down cold. And finally, we'll talk about your role as the ultimate gatekeeper.
Okay, let's start with the foundation of this entire system. This isn't about some secret software bug, no. It's about taking a behavior that you, me, and millions of other people perform probably hundreds of times a day without even thinking about it, and turning it into a weapon.
This idea of a learned trust habit is so important. Just think about it for a second. From the very first day we got online, we've been trained that links are good. They're helpful shortcuts, right? They get us where we want to go. Well, that conditioning is so deep that clicking a link becomes automatic. We just do it. Attackers know this, and they have built an entire industry on weaponizing that trust.
So, how do they actually weaponize that habit? They hit you with powerful emotional triggers. A text message pops up, security alert on your bank account. An email lands, your package delivery has failed. See, these messages aren't just information. They're designed to create a spike of fear, a jolt of real urgency. That emotional rush is the key because it's engineered to bypass your rational, thinking brain and push you straight into that automatic habit, click.
Okay, so now we get the psychological trick. Let's see how it plays out in a real attack. We're going to walk through the whole infection chain step by step, almost like a crime scene investigation. Understanding this sequence is absolutely the key to spotting it before it's too late.
So the whole thing starts with targeting. This is usually to a massive blast of phishing emails, or what's called smishing. That's just phishing through SMS text messages. Then, the message starts the grooming process. It tells you a believable story, a reason you need to act right now. It might pretend to be your bank or the government to trigger your sense of authority, and it always creates urgency. And this is the crucial moment. The message hits your phone. Your heart rate goes up a little. That feeling of urgency, that fear that something's wrong with your money or your delivery, it starts to take over. And your logical brain, the part that would normally say, hang on a second, gets pushed to the background by the emotion the attacker just created. And that's when they drop the hook. The malicious link isn't given to you as an option, it's framed as the only solution. Click here to secure your account. Click here to fix the problem. The link is positioned as the one and only escape from the crisis they just manufactured in your head. It's a brilliant piece of psychological framing. And right here, this is where the entire manipulation flips. You, thinking you're taking a responsible action to solve a problem, you click the link. But in that split second, you're not solving a thing. You are actually launching the attack on yourself. You're willingly opening the front door and letting them right in. So what actually happens when you click? Well, a silent piece of software, a payload, gets installed. This could be something called a remote access Trojan, or a RAT, which basically gives the attacker the keys to your entire device. Or it could be a keylogger, which records every single thing you type, passwords, credit card numbers, you name it. And the most dangerous part, it all happens silently, in the background. You won't see a thing. That single moment, that one click, is the psychological choke point of this whole system. It's the instant that control is transferred from you to them. You, operating under a manufactured sense of urgency, bypass your own natural security instincts and just hand over the keys to your digital life. Everything bad that happens after, all the stolen data, the lost money, it all starts from this one manipulated decision. So we've seen how the attack works. Now, let's talk about why it works so well. I mean, why is this pretty simple trick so devastatingly effective? Well, the answer's all about how our brains are wired to handle information, especially when we're under pressure. Think of it like this. We basically have two modes of thinking. There's our fast, automatic brain. That's where our learned trust habits live, like clicking a link. It's easy, it's fast. But our defense requires our slow, analytical brain. That means consciously pausing, looking closely at a URL, and thinking critically. The entire scam, the fear, the urgency, it's all designed to keep you locked in that fast, automatic mode, and to stop you from ever switching on that slow, analytical brain you need to stay safe.
This state has a name. It's called cognitive overload. The attacker intentionally creates this high-pressure situation to overwhelm your ability to think carefully. I mean, when you're panicked that your bank account is about to be emptied, you're a lot less likely to stop and do a boring security check on a web address. You just default to the easiest, most automatic action you can take, the click. The system is literally built to exploit this very human response.
Okay, we have picked apart the attack. Now let's switch gears and talk about the defense. And look, this isn't about making you afraid. This is about empowering you. We're going to build a simple, clear, non-negotiable protocol that completely shuts this system down. The very first step is just recognition. This attack follows a super predictable pattern. So you need to train yourself to spot these 3 red flags together. First, is the message totally out of the blue? Second, does it make you feel scared or rushed? And third, is a link presented as the only way to solve this crisis? If you see all 3 of those, you have to assume it's an attack, period. So once you recognize that pattern, your defensive protocol has to kick in automatically. Step 1, recognize that they're trying to manipulate your emotions and refuse to act on it. Step 2, pause, just stop, and check the link. On a computer, you hover your mouse over it. On a phone, you press and hold it. You have to see where it really wants to send you. And step 3, verify on your own. Open a new, clean browser window and manually type in the official web address. Never, ever, ever use their link. The power of this protocol is in how simple it is. Clarity is always better than complexity. You don't need some fancy, expensive software to beat this. You just need a simple, repeatable process that deals with the human vulnerability they're trying to use against you. Honestly, this simple 3-step check is way more effective than any antivirus because it stops the attack before it can even get started.
So let's just pause here for a second and think about a core principle. After everything we've just talked about, what is the single, 100% safest link you could possibly click when it comes to an important account?
The answer is simple, and it's absolute. The safest link is the one you type yourself. For anything critical, your bank, your main email, your social media, make it a personal policy to never use a link from an unexpected message to log in. Always go straight to the source by typing the real address into your browser. That one habit makes this entire threat disappear. And that brings us to our final and honestly most important point. Once you understand this system, it will fundamentally change how you see your own digital security. So let's put it all together. The malware link scam is a social engineering system. It uses fear and urgency to exploit our learned habit of clicking links. Its success hinges on getting us to skip a URL check so it can install a silent payload. Your conscious choice, in that moment before you click, is the final and most powerful security control there is. You have all the control at that one critical point.
So we'll end with this. This isn't just advice, it's a protective mantra. It's a rule to live by online. Verify the URL before you click. The safest link is the one you type yourself. Make that your new automatic habit, and you will have defeated this entire system. Stay safe.